Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So we have an update video for the Flysky NB4. So as you can see, Flysky's not forgot about you guys. We're still getting updates on the NB4 even though we've got the Pro. A few of you have been asking me if it's going to get the entire V3 firmware. To what I understand, there's not enough memory on the NB4 to run that. But what they have done instead is updated a few features to basically bring the NB4 more useful features for you. Mainly with the SVC stuff, but there is a few other bits, but I'll go through changelog with you when we're looking on computer. So the update is to 20101. There is both a standard and FCC version. Standard is normal, legal in UK, Europe. FCC is only legal in States because it uses more transmission power. You do get slightly less battery life, but you do get about 50 meters extra on general on the in an open field. I tend to run the standard on mine, and I've never had range issues on any of the tracks I've been to or run it 5th scale outside. So just depends what you want to do really. But let's bring you in for a close-up look. I'll show you how to download the software, how to back your model memories up, how to upgrade it, and then how to restore your model memories. And then if I can find it, we'll go through the actual upgrade notes and I'll try and explain what some of the new features are for you. So let's take you up to PC and see how we go. Right, so we're going to need to load up Flysky Assistant. I've done plenty of videos on how to download this, install it and register. So, once we've got this loaded up, which may take some time, because it's not the quickest, we're going to get our normal USB cable. You're going to plug that into your NB4. And you'll get the power light on the bottom. Then, you're going to want to power your NB4 up. So, once we've got that up, you should hear the PC make the like ding ding sound of a USB device connecting, and now we just need to wait for Flysky Assistant to actually realise that something's happened. You'll see the flash on the screen of the NB4 as it's detected, and then you will get this come up. So first thing we're going to want to do, mine's already updated because I've been testing this for a while, but basically we're going to go to export. We're going to tell it to load RTX memories. So we'll get this. We want to back all of them up. Then we're going to click export. But what I would suggest is before you do that, you want to right click on your desktop, create yourself a folder, call it Assistant or anything. Basically, I've created this one. So I've just created this little folder, and then within it we've got a folder for the NB4, and this is where I back up all my memories. So if we click export and then we go to desktop, then we want to go into as Assistant V3 as NB4 folder, and then I'd just like to give it the actual date so I can tell the difference on the backup. So this will be 15/5/23, and then we do that and it'll export it. And you'll get the notification on your screen on the NB4 saying don't operate it while it's doing its backup or recovering. Then when it says it's successful, basically, if you open your folder now and you go into your MB4 folder, you'll see the actual model memories all backed up nicely for you. Right, so basically, once we have got the memories backed up, you're then going to want to download the updater. I wouldn't advise going through Flysky Assistant to do the actual update. It just is too buggy at this moment. What I would advise is go to Flysky's website, so it's flysky-cn.com. If you click on flagships and then Noble MB4, scroll down, click on the download and upgrades, and then you want to choose whether you want the FCC or the standard version. And while we're on here, let's have a quick look through the changelog. So we've got advanced features for the SVC, we've got new functions so we can set the steering gain, throttle gain priority to assign buttons. We've got support for PowerHD's iBus 2 servos. We've got support over iBus 2 for Hobbywing ESCs that support iBus 2 control. We've got the iBus 2 GPS sensor that will now work. The current and voltage sensors that are to be released will work. The iBus 2 speed sensor is fully supported. We've got 2 new servos that will work over iBus 2. More about them coming soon. We've got the iBus 2 settings menu icon added. We've got the ability to control iBus 2 ESC display settings and alarm settings. We've got cruise control functionality added properly. We've got the altitude zeroing for the iBus 2 altitude. We've got Mini-Z Evo 2 setting for the new Mini-Z Evos. Vibration and voice prompts when one it dials is centered. We've got new functionality assignable for the lap timer or timer function. Then we've got sensitivity for sound and vibration. We've got low battery pop-up alert that's been optimized for speed setting in channel speed. Modify and optimize display font. Main interface. And then assignment interface has been changed up ever so slightly. Optimized sound and vibration, customized more categories for turning it on and off. Better sample rate on USB for emulators, and then a bit more change on the modifying the 4-wheel steering functions, and then main interface shortcuts. And then just a note down here, it does say that the model data is reset after updates finished, and it'll need to be rebound to your receivers. But you can now use the advanced features of the INL4GYB. So, quite a few things that people have been asking for. So, when you choose which one you want, either the standard or the FCC, you can click download. And then what I would do is put it in the same folder so you know where it is. And you must have Assistant V3 closed when we do this, because if you don't close it, it won't pick it up. So if we open as Assistant folder, then as MB4 folder. So what I would suggest doing before you run this on your MB4, you want to go over, click firmware update, and then wait for your USB sound to come through computer so you know it's been detected. Then start the firmware updater, and you'll get something along the lines of this. You just need to check, make sure it's all connected, make sure it's powered up, make sure the battery's fully charged, and then click update. And it doesn't take too long, but don't be too concerned if it freezes at certain points. It's basically, it's just the way that you write to the actual flash chips. If you see, it erases it first, then it programs it, and then it'll do a verification check. So you will get it freezing at certain points. Use a decent quality USB cable.
if your MB4 doesn't show up in here, the chances are you've got it plugged into a power charging cable, not a data cable. If you have managed to successfully make the backup of your memories, then there should be no reason why you can't do this. But you'll see the controller restart, and then it should detect it again in this software. If you don't put it into update mode, you will get the update failed. But on the screen of your MB4, it will now be saying that you need to update your RF, the transmission firmware. So if you just OK that, it'll quickly go through. And then the radio's fully up to date and all configured and working. Now all you need to do is restore your memories.
Right, so once we've got our controller all updated, we then need to start Assistant V3 backup. You need to connect your USB and have your MB4 fully connected. Then we're going to go into our MB4 once it's detected by the PC. We're going to go to Import. We're going to go to Load Memory File. We're going to go, if it doesn't take you directly, back to your desktop, then your Assistant folder, then your MB4 folder. Then we're going to click on the one with the most current date. That's the one that you've done, or the only one you've got if you've never done this before. Then you click Open. Once that's ready all, you can see all the memories that it's going to bring back over to it. So you can press Import. Now you can choose either one at a time and click Add, and you can change the order, or you can click them all. Click Add, and then you can click up and down on here by selecting them, and then you can press up and down to change the order. I'm just going to leave them in the order they was in. So then you press OK, and this is going to start importing them back to your MB4, and again you'll see the screen telling you do not operate it while it's transferring data. Then once it's finished, we've got OK. You'll see your screen go back to normal on your MB4, and then if you flick through onto your models, you should see all your models fully restored, and the only thing you're going to have to do is go back and bind them. So you'll have to select the model you want, RX, and then bind set, and bind it back to that car. What I would do while you're in there and you're binding them up, I would, if you've not done it for a while, go through and update your receivers. But that's your controller fully updated to 20101, either standard or FCC. So let's wrap this one up. Right, there you have it. So we've got 20101, and quite an easy process, and all your model memories are back on it. The only thing you will have to do is bind each one of your RCs back. And what I would do is, if you're going through the process of binding them back, it's only seconds more to update each receiver, just to make sure you're on latest. I have had a situation where a receiver would bind back to the Pro. So on the face of it, you'd think, well, it's bound to it, it'll work, but you'd only get so many laps of the track, and then it'd start slowing down to the point it stopped. Did initially think, oh, it must be ESC overheating or some other kind of problem. Nope, ended up being the firmware on the receiver. Soon as I plugged it into Assistant, how I've shown you on the videos where you have your controller plugged into Assistant and then you can see what firmware versions, it was quite a few out of date. As soon as I've updated it, and this happened on 2 different ones, as soon as I've updated it, no issues at all with both the MB4 or the Pro. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one.